Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now today's video we're going to be trying to understand the link between economic strain and the rising theft in auto going on in our society. We're going to be diving into the pressing issue affecting countless communities here, especially in Toronto and the Greater Toronto area, the GTA, and it's the alarming rise in auto thefts. I know we may have touched on this topic some time ago, but we have never gone deep dive into some of the specific reasons for the continued increase in auto theft. Mind you, the authorities have made some inroads with recent arrests and recovery of some cars totaling over millions of dollars. And now we have the global economy still reeling from a recession supposedly caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and promoted by rising inflation. Many individuals are facing shrinking incomes and increasing financial stress. And this economic strain appears to be fueling a surge in auto-related thefts, from catalytic converters to EV battery cables and now tailgates. Yes, I have a news clip here about tailgates being missing from pickup trucks. I will explore the direct correlation between heightened fiscal policies, economic hardships, and the uptick in auto theft. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. So let's get into our first feature.
Along Los Robles Drive in Carlsbad,
It's a safe, secure neighborhood.
Joanne Barrett's feeling of security shattered on a Sunday morning in March, right after realizing her Toyota Tacoma's backup camera wasn't working.
Came back to check on why my camera wasn't working and realized the whole tailgate was gone.
Barrett, who works as a photographer, says while her equipment was untouched, the tailgate had vanished.
It was a horrible feeling just to feel so victimized.
When Barrett went to her dealership, she got the bad news. $4,000 to replace the tailgate, and it would take 6 months to get it.
Because they don't have any in stock since there's so many being stolen.
On Tuesday, the Sheriff's Department alerting truck owners on the Nextdoor app about an uptick in tailgate thefts across the county. In this surveillance video from a theft in Oak Park, thieves made off with a tailgate in less than 20 seconds. They're easy to steal because they are also meant to pop off. Tailgates can also be sold for hundreds of dollars or more online. Some are sold for scrap metal.
It's annoying, it's irritating, it's cause for anger.
But there are ways to fight back. A hose clamp wrapped around the pivot point can help deter thieves. Barrett plans to install one once she gets her new tailgate. In the meantime, she will drive around minus a tailgate.
I have to throw everything inside my truck, which is really a drag. It's a hassle, especially when I have jobs that I have to take a lot of equipment to. It's very frustrating.
Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
So basically, it's not a best-selling item, sir. Obviously, they are not going to stock it and it becomes a special ordered item. 6 months, maybe they have to source it somewhere else, or based on the logistics and the supply chain system that they have for this particular tailgate. We have to look at the economic context and rising inflation, meaning let's first assess the stage by understanding the broader context here. The COVID-19 pandemic brought unprecedented disruptions to the global economy, and it led to massive job losses, business closures, and economic instability rather. Companies have continued to cut the fat. They're trying to get as lean as possible. And as we began to recover, inflation started to give rise, driven by supply chain disruptions, increased demand, and monetary policies. Many individuals are increasing a shrinkage of disposable income due to rising prices of essential goods and services. And with wages stagnating and the cost of living increasing, people are finding it harder to make ends meet. And this financial strain is particularly severe for those already living paycheck to paycheck. We're going to look at the troubling rise in auto thefts. And according to recent data, there has been a significant increase in major and minor auto thefts, including catalytic converters, battery cables, and you've just seen recently tailgates from pickups. Now we're going to go into our second feature, as these components are often targeted because they contain valuable metals or are easy to resell, providing quick cash for thieves. Take a look at our next feature.
They came prepared, power tools at the ready, unfazed by the camera above recording their every move.
And within 30 seconds, they've already cut the cables and we're gone.
Thieves making off with 2 separate electric vehicle charging cables Sunday night. Kelly Carmichael only discovering he'd been robbed when he left his Surrey home the next morning for chemotherapy treatment.
And they chopped the wire off right at the base.
An issue with these chargers is they're illuminated at night time, so it's almost like a beacon.
And that's how they noticed these chargers as they were driving by.
Kelly now left to pick up the $1,500 bill to replace them. Kelly says there's around 15 EVs just on his street. Some of his neighbours have now resorted to moving their charging cables inside at night in fear of being targeted. Criminal activity is actually trending down in Surrey. For the first quarter of 2024, property crime dropped by 13% compared to the same time last year. Theft from a vehicle down 41%. Violent crimes down 3% too.
It is encouraging when you can see a consistent decline in a specific offence category.
Officers say prevention is key. Their advice: install motion sensor lighting and security cameras around your home.
We have some programs here in Surrey, it's called Iris, and where you can actually register either your doorbell cameras or your security cameras with the city to be able to then have that information available to help assist with our reporting.
With electric vehicles only growing in popularity, Kelly fears cable cutting will become a lucrative business, warning EV owners to lock them away. Cassidy Moscone, Global News.
Cable cutting is already a lucrative business. I think this is the 3rd video. My first one was in LA County, Los Angeles, California. My second one was in Edmonton here in Alberta, and now this is the 3rd one in British Columbia. And to understand the link between economic hardship and the rise in auto thefts, we need to consider how fiscal policies have impacted individuals' financial stability. Government measures such as stimulus packages and unemployment benefits provided temporary relief during the pandemic. However, as these supports ended, many people found themselves in dire financial situations. Heightened fiscal policies, including increased taxes and reduced public spending, have further strained household budgets, and for some individuals the economic pressure has pushed them towards criminal activities as a means of survival. Auto theft, it seems, offers a relatively low risk and high reward opportunity, and making it an appealing option for those desperate for cash. Unemployment and job insecurity have also played a crucial role in this trend as industries struggle to recover and adapt to new economic realities. Many people faced prolonged unemployment or underemployment. This lack of stable income has driven some to resort to theft to support their families and themselves, and the rise in auto thefts has significant repercussions for communities and businesses. Beyond the financial losses for individuals, increased crime rates can lead to higher insurance premiums, reduced property values, and a general sense of insecurity. Now take a look at Hyundai and Kia. Their owners are now suffering due in part to a TikTok challenge highlighting how easy it is to steal their cars. Then again, I blame Honda Motor Group.
Stolen. Our WSMV's Lydia Fielder talked to a woman who had to sell her car just so she could afford it.
For some people, a car is part of their identity. For Lisa, that car was her green Kia.
It was a 2016 Grinch-colored Kia Soul, and I had a little Grinch sticker on the back.
It was the car that safely carried Lisa and her dogs in their move from Florida to Paris, Tennessee.
They were good cars. Nothing went wrong with it ever.
Once in Tennessee, she found out her Kia also carried a big problem: insurance. Her insurance company doubled her rate and then canceled the policy altogether because the make and model was a common target for thieves.
I work from home. I hardly drive. I'm a good driver, no claims.
None of that mattered. Lisa spent hours shopping insurance quotes.
It was unreal. I don't have time for this.
She says she tried every company, from mainstream to obscure. No one would cover her Kia in Tennessee, or if they did, the rate was unaffordable.
They offered no solutions at all.
Lisa was forced to trade in her beloved Kia at a local dealership.
I didn't know what to do. That's why I went to the dealer.
So we checked and learned major insurance companies in Tennessee are dropping coverage on many Kias and Hyundais because of the theft problem, made especially popular by a trend on TikTok.
I'll be aware of this new Kia and Hyundai break-in challenge.
We reached out to Metro Police. They say in October 2023, there was a 410% increase in thefts of these two makes. But since January 2024, police data shows the number of thefts have actually been going down, leaving people like Lisa feeling unfairly punished by insurance companies.
People driving their Kias, just happy, did nothing wrong. It's someone else being weird, and we have to pay for it.
Kia and Hyundai have offered drivers of affected models a free software upgrade, which we found some insurance companies will accept. But Lisa, overwhelmed and anxious, says she had no idea that was even an option. Lisa would have had her Kia Soul paid off in October. Now she's facing 5 more years of car payments on this trade-in Chevy Equinox.
Yes, I still see people.
Realistically, I blame the Hyundai Motor Group, and in their bid to remain competitive as a low-cost competitor, what they did was to do away with a vast amount of features, making their cars susceptible to new modern thinking thievery. And businesses in the automotive and insurance sectors are also feeling the pinch and the strain, facing higher cost and operational challenges. Now, addressing these issues requires a multifaceted approach. Governments and the authorities should consider policies that support economic stability and provide assistance to those in need to help increase productivity and enhance growth. And this might include targeted financial aid, job creation programs, and measures to curb inflation with capital investments. Additionally, the age-old model of investing in community programs and law enforcement can help deter criminal activities and support those at risk of falling into crime. Feelings-based politics have never worked. It's what is practical and what can deal with real results. Now, it's obvious that the rise in auto thefts is closely linked to the economic hardships promoted by the COVID-19 pandemic and rising inflation, and understanding this correlation is crucial for developing effective solutions that address both the economic and social dimensions of this issue. But as someone quoted to me, a good friend of mine, he said, crime is big business. Just follow the money and all will be revealed. As usual, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Party Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.